Puck.
It's 7 o'clock. We're live.
Okay.
You know what that means?
Hello,
That
everyone.
means hello, everybody. Watch this. If our guest shows up tonight, I have to do this. So we'll be right back.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
It's 4 o'clock in Los Angeles. It's 6 o'clock in Dallas, Texas, and it's 7 p.m. right here in New York City. Hello, everybody. I'm Mad Dog Scipio, and this is What's the Buzz, America's Best Podcast. Tonight, we are on live around the world on the WWTF radio network on the broadband radio system. Tonight, she's back. God help us all, folks. She's in rare form. She's back. Amelia, the Pitbull Chapman. How you doing, Amelia?
Doing good. The rain couldn't even keep me away.
Oh, rain, please. We're getting ready to float away over here.
Yeah, we
I'm
are
going to
too.
have to find an ark real quick or a
No.
boat. Oh, horrible. First of all, the rain hasn't stopped,
Yeah.
and it's colder than a witch's ass, and the wind is just it's like that tornado from the Wizard of Oz.
Yep.
It's like a perfect storm of it, like a miserable day.
Yeah,
Really,
it's
really is.
been like
Just
that today.
miserable. We have, if our guest shows up tonight, we have a really interesting show tonight. Now I spoke to our guest a couple of days ago, and he was looking forward to it. And his name is Kenny Presley. He's an entertainer and an Elvis tribute artist. But Kenny Presley says something else. He says that he is Elvis Presley's son. Says Elvis is his daddy. What do you think of that one, Mil?
I wouldn't surprise me, actually, with everything I heard growing up about Elvis, and he wouldn't be the only one.
No, we're going to talk about that tonight, too. If Mr. Presley shows up here. So far, he hasn't, folks.
Nope.
By the way, our guest from last night, Bobby Candle, a.k.a. Bobby Caudle, he's a piece of shit. Never showed up. Yes, I said that, Bobby. If you're listening, you're a piece of shit. You never showed up. You no-showed my show. Guess what? You'll never be back.
His candle will never be lit in our show.
Nope. You will never come here ever again.
Okay.
But here's the thing, though. If you tell me that you're going to be here, be here.
Yeah.
Because people are here. They want to know who you are, what you're about. Maybe they want to come and see you perform. Can't do that if you don't show up. You know? Now, I know Bobby Candle didn't have like some big pressing engagement on a Tuesday night, for crying out loud. You know?
Yeah.
Unless they were giving away free bingo chips at the bingo hall last night. Please.
And thanks to Facebook and Messenger, we could have had a guest on last night, but stupid Messenger.
Yeah, Facebook Messenger. By the way, Amelia and I are boycotting Facebook. We will not. I will not use Facebook. Amelia has to use Facebook because she's a degenerate, and that's all she can do is use Facebook and TikTok.
Oh, I post our shows and everything on our page.
That doesn't do any good. Nobody's seeing them.
No, not really.
Because of Facebook.
Yeah.
They do. We do better with YouTube, Spotify, Podbean, with all of our other. Honestly, do we need Facebook? No, we don't. We don't need Facebook.
We could switch to Twitch. Might as well. Everybody else is going there.
We already have a Twitch account, believe it
Let's
or not.
use it. Let's use that.
Yeah, why not? Why the
Yeah,
hell not? And we've got 3 YouTube channels. How about that shit?
absolutely.
We got
And
3, yeah.
guess what? I had some patients today that had some long chemo treatments, and they overheard me talk about our podcast, and they was like, "Willie, what's the channel? What's the channel?" I gave them
Mhm.
our channel, and they were listening to our show from like the very beginning. So I've got our
Yeah.
patients even listening to our show.
I was at my doctor's today. I had my doctor's appointment today.
Mhm.
My doctor's gonna come on the show.
Fantastic.
Yeah, my doctor's gonna come on. We're gonna talk about why medical treatment is so horrible these days and why it's so expensive.
Especially
And my doctor, he
medications.
don't give a shit. He's gonna tell you the truth.
And the medications too, because I mean, people depend on medications to live on, and why do they have to pay so much
You know
money?
what we're gonna talk about?
Mm.
We're gonna talk about why people in Hollywood can get Monjaro to lose weight, but my wife, the diabetic, can't get her medicine to keep herself alive.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, because they use some of that medication for people to
Because
lose.
I'm about fed the fuck up
Mhm,
here with Hollywood
mhm.
and
Oh,
transsexuals and homosexuals and sissy Marys, and sissy
mhm.
boys, you know, and girls that want to be boys and boys that
Right.
want to be girls. That's not what God made, okay?
No, of
And if
course
you
not.
and if you don't like me on my soapbox, folks, I don't really give a motherfuck, okay?
Mhm.
This is my show and this is my opinion.
Right,
You don't have to listen to it or like it.
right,
Okay? Real simple. There's 2 buttons. One turns it on, one turns it off,
right.
okay? Pick a fucking button. I don't give a
Well,
shit.
think about it. You were brought into this world by your mother's vagina, right? Period. Boy or girl. Period. No
That's
matter
it. Pick
how
one.
many no matter how many damn surgeries you have to change yourself to a woman, you're a boy, you're no matter how many surgeries you have to change yourself to a woman, you're
Mhm.
still no matter what, you're going to be a man.
Yeah,
No matter
exactly.
what. You
You're
can change
never
yourself to
going to
look
be
like a woman, you're still going to be a man.
I know someone
I'm
who
sorry.
had the surgery. They did everything except the bottom.
Right.
Well, guess what? That person is still a female. I don't care how much they walk around topless with no breasts. Guess what? They're still a female.
Absolutely.
And nothing's going to change that. Okay. So we're supposed to be talking about Kenny Presley, and you got me started already.
Well, I mean, because we started talking about that, but I mean, I'm with you
Yeah.
because no
I don't
matter
know
how
where this
many
guy, it's funny. Folks, we're not even playing around here. Ever since the Facebook Messenger. What is that? Messenger? Is that what they call that?
Messenger is the one that screwed everything up.
Messenger has already cost us
Oh,
2 guests.
I think he's on the chat.
Who?
Kenny.
Oh,
Uh,
oh no, brother Kenny, no. You got to come in the show, brother. Not in the chat. I gave you check your Kenny Presley. I gave you a link. You have a link. I gave you 4 links, brother. You got a link right now in your Facebook Messenger. In fact, I'm going to do one better. I'm going to give it to you right now. Okay? I'm going to give it to you right now. Another one. This is link number 5 to Mr. Presley. Here you go. All right. There comes a link right there. Look for, there you go. There's your link, bro. Right there. And it's in his Facebook. I'm looking right at it.
oh, good.
Okay. Click on that, Kenny. Check on that, brother. Because yeah, it's craziness. Uh
Mm-hmm.
now I know he got in the link, so he got into the chat room. So I
Oh, that
know
was a good thing. Yeah.
yeah, he got into the chat room, so I know he's got a link. There we go. So he should be here shortly. All right. But
Yeah.
now that we know where Kenny's at, that's a beautiful thing. So what have you been up to today?
No, just like I was telling you, we got a lot of rain, so we were very, very
Right?
careful with our chemo room, make sure everything stayed
Yeah.
dry for the patients because we had 2 or 3 patients that were there from like in the 8 in the morning to at least 4:30 in the afternoon. That was a long treatment.
Really?
So yeah, we
There's
had to make
Kenny.
sure everything
Hello.
was dry.
There he is,
Hello.
my friend. How are you,
Oh,
brother? All right, here he is.
oh,
Where's Kenny?
there he disappeared.
I gotta keep you, Kenny. I'm gonna keep you here. Don't move. I'm gonna tie your ass down.
Can you
Okay.
hear us? Okay. We can't hear him.
Oh, I can't hear you, Kenny.
We can't hear
We
you.
can't check your microphone. No, can't hear you, bro.
Can't hear you.
Here's what we're gonna do, Amelia. Like we did the other night with our guest Rick. Give Kenny my phone number.
Okay.
Um,
I don't want to do it in the.
yeah,
Can you do it in the private chat or?
yeah.
Okay. Let's see if we can. Don't.
We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you some vocal here, Ken.
Because we don't want to do that in the private chat. So.
Yeah, I want to find out what the deal is with this. Because we had a problem last night with the mic.
Mm-hmm.
We had a problem last night with the, and if it's funny because it wasn't on our end either. Automatically just there. See something. Here we go.
See if you'll see the private chat.
Amelia, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay.
I don't know if you can see that part of it, but
Right.
can you text him? Do you have his phone number where you can text him?
No, I don't. Kenny, I'm going to put my number up on the screen for you. Okay. I want you to give me a call. Because the whole world's got my number. You may as well have it too. Give me a holler on that number, bro.
Oh, he disappeared on us again.
Oh, he disappeared. Oh.
Yeah, he disappeared on us again. I think he probably thought too. He was gonna be on a voice instead of a video.
Oh, jeez.
Here, let me see.
This is what happens, folks. We're live, so just bear with it. Yeah, I gave him. I'm waiting for him to call the number here. I'm still waiting. Oh Lord. Have mercy.
I'm gonna tell him if he can see this to come back on video as well. You know, if he can see this message I'm about to send him. You know.
Here we go. Hey, Leon, how are you? Leon's here.
Hi, Leon. So I just put on there.
Yeah, we're having a problem, Leon, with our guest microphone.
If he lives up in the Kentucky or something area, they're having
He's in
tornado
Tennessee.
watches. They're having tornado watches, real bad weather up there as well. So I don't know if it's affecting him as well.
You there, Kenny? There we go.
Yeah, we had some miscommunication. We thought this was tomorrow night for some reason.
Oh yeah, no, Wednesday. We said Wednesday. Why don't we do this? I want you to do this for me, Kenny. Turn on your put me on speaker.
Okay.
All right, and then get back on
Video.
to the video on the show, and just keep your phone open because there's always a way to do this.
Mm-hmm.
There's always a way. This is old school, brother. This is how we used to do it back in the day.
I got you.
All right, so we got Kenny Presley here. Hot damn. All right. We know some of the same people, brother. I got news for you. We're going to talk about that tonight.
Okay. All right.
I lived and spent 15 years in Tennessee.
Is that right? What part?
I was in a place called Rockwood, and I lived in a place called Knoxville. Yep.
Yeah, I'm about 5 miles from there.
Okay.
Yep, I know Knoxville very well myself.
Yeah, we won't tell anybody. You were there. I was in witness protection, though. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, how do you know? I might have been too. You never know.
No, you got to Tennessee. They wanted to keep your ass there, so you wouldn't, disrupt the rest of the country. Keep her in Tennessee. Nobody will fucking find her.
I went past Nashville. I wanted to stay in Nashville, but hey.
What, Nashville? What are you going to do in Nashville? Make country records?
Trying to.
Yeah, no, trying. You'll never make it in Nashville. You're not 5'10", and you're not, like 106 pounds.
Blondie.
Yeah, and blonde, and you don't play the guitar. People like us don't fare well in Nashville.
I know, right?
All right. I'm waiting for Kenny to get back on here.
Yes, sir.
I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you to get back on video. Yes, sir. We just gotta hop back on there because
Mm-hmm.
doesn't do you any good if people can't see you.
We're coming. Hold on a second.
Yes, sir.
Here we go.
Beautiful.
Are we good?
No, you're not. You're not on the air with me.
Not on there. Let's see.
No, you.
There
There
he
you go.
comes.
There we go. Hot
Hi.
damn.
We're cooking now, man.
Now we are absolutely beautiful. Okay, so let's get Kenny in here. God, this is just so strange.
How the voice keeps doing
Yeah,
that, the volume. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So strange. So Kenny, you're in Tennessee now. We're about in Tennessee.
I'm north of Jackson, Tennessee.
Jackson.
I know Jackson very well. Yep, I sure do. We're going to have to do this old school, Amelia.
Do you have a stand that you could put the phone on, maybe?
No, I'm good. I got it.
Okay.
We're good. Amelia, give me and Kenny a sound check here. One,
Okay,
two.
I can hear you. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I can hear. Perfect. Perfect.
You can hear Kenny? Okay, good.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Good. This is what we do back in the old days. We used to improvise.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, well, when you're in radio and you sometimes the transmitter goes out and you got to like go rogue on people, go old school. Start pulling up the phones off the walls, the old rotary phones.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Before we had this,
Flip them that way.
Well, now that Kenny's here, we can do this.
Yes.
Thank you, Lord Almighty. Good God. Let me tell everybody who our guest is tonight. His name is Kenny Presley. If you do not know who he is, he's making a little bit of noise right now. As you might have guessed from his last name, Presley, Kenny Presley, young man in his middle 50s or thereabouts. He claims to be the son of Elvis Presley. And not only does he claim it, he believes he can prove it. He is reprised with a jumpsuit, a singing voice, a stage presence, a hell of a tribute artist. But I have this funny feeling that Kenny Presley does not refer to himself as much of a tribute artist, but rather an ode to family. Would that be correct?
Well, I don't know so much about that. I don't have any proof that I'm Elvis Presley's son, and the only proof I have is I know my mother for a fact met him because my great aunt uncle took her to the house the first time. She had a couple of friends go back with a few more times.
Mm-hmm.
Took Miss Mary Jenkins, a close friend of mine, I sang at her funeral when she passed in 2000. She confirmed my mother was on a few occasions, and that was referred to my mother, Bobby's side.
Right.
He liked to give people nicknames. So she was mother's Bobby. He called her Bobby.
Right.
The more people that worked for Elvis confirmed that he did. Now, my mother, to her dying day, past 3 years ago, would swear that I am Elvis' son. Other than that, I haven't proved.
So your mother says that that Elvis fathered you. That's got to be a story in itself. You would have had to been born somewhere. If you're in your middle 50s now, and we're not going to tell anybody because, nobody likes to give away that. We want people to think we're younger than we are. But I'm the only one that's got balls enough around here to say I'm 65. So that's okay because I think I look okay for my age. Here's the thing, though, Kenny. There are a lot of people. I've met four men already. I met 4 men already who say that Elvis Presley is their father.
Correct.
One of these men you and I are going to talk about tonight.
Okay.
Because if what you're saying is true, then this guy's your brother.
Okay.
Okay? And you may have a brother you don't know about just yet. And I know this guy. I also am very, very, very familiar and very close with some of the folks at Graceland, the people who work there.
All right.
I knew Elvis's cousin, Harold Lloyd, very well. Harold ran marketing for a while. He passed away. He's gone now. But some of the people that are currently still there, I know them as well. A lot of them. I knew Joe Esposito and Charlie Hodge as well. And so I've been around that circle for a bit. What makes your story different and why I wanted you here tonight is that you bring a different kind of element to the story, which is the human aspect. The other thing that's interesting is that you're not asking for money.
No.
And everybody else that I'm familiar with wanted some kind of financial restitution for being Elvis's son, to the point where some of them have actually sued to have Graceland pay for their paternity tests.
Right.
That can get very expensive, as I'm sure you know.
Right.
And so let's go back to your story, back to the beginning. Okay. Your mother's name is Barbara Rushing.
Correct.
Okay. My understanding is that your mother was somewhat of an actress and had a couple of bit parts in Elvis films back in the early days. That's been confirmed to me by 2 people.
No, she did not.
Okay. Well, you might want to check that because there are 2 people who say that they know that she was in a couple of films. Bit parts, not a big part. But that she got work, let's put it that way.
Okay.
So she was young, 17, 16 at the time.
17.
Okay. So that would have been about right. All right. Let's take me through your journey. How did your mom meet Elvis?
Well, 1962. She's 17 years old. My granddaddy house that I'm sitting in right now built this house in 1946, and my grandmother had two brothers live, and one lived in Chicago, and one from Chicago here visit, and we were going to drive to visit their other brother. It was just going to be my uncle and his wife.
Right.
Mother had asked him to go, and he said, "But his sister don't care." So they went to Memphis. She begged him to take her by Elvis, and he did. And she got out. Vernon was working the gate. He'd come over and talk to the man at the gate. Otherwise, it will guard Jack there. And he seen him up talking, and she asked him if they was home. He said, "Well," said, "Yeah, kind of, but he's not available."
Right.
He said, "Ask her name, some identification, where she's from, things like that."
Mm-hmm.
And told him, and he said, "Won't you come back a little bit later on?" And said, "I'll see what I can do, see if I get." And so anyway, they went on to James, my uncle, went on to his brother's house and visited. And my grandparents were very religious folks. 7 days a week. They were religious. They lived it 24/7. And they would have really been upset if they knew who was there at the time. So she told James into taking her back over there to pick my late in the evening. They got told her, he said, "Barbara," he said, "you cannot take sister and boy," which was my granddad.
Mm-hmm.
"Now, let's take you to great at all." And he said, "I'll have them." He said, "You got to promise me." "I promise you." They went back up, and Vernon, he remembered her. And he went just a second. Gosh, I wish I could tell this story. It was much better. But anyway, shortly he took a little pink Jeep and took her up to and went into the living room, told her, "Don't that be quiet." She sat down. He said, "I'm going to be here. I'll come back shortly." He said, "I was down here in just a few minutes." And she about 5 here, cutting Elvis down there. And they talked. There wasn't nothing going on. And she had some school friends and everything.
Mm-hmm.
She gave him a contact number.
Right.
They contact and managed to have her friends take Graceland on occasion. One of the ladies, after I got grown up as a real sweet lady of ours, she used to go to the house at night very well. And I would hear him say about the occasions when Memphis and visited Graceland and everything. But at this point, 7, 8 years old, I really didn't put two together, at that age. But,
mm-hmm.
my long story, a few years later, I learned what happened.
Right. I have to tell you something. I don't know if anybody from the show told you, but Amelia, my co-host here, her husband worked for Elvis,
Mm-hmm.
and I met Elvis a couple times.
Awesome.
And I'm going to show you some pictures in a little bit.
Okay.
But I have to tell you that I was very surprised to hear the tone of your voice and the reverence in your voice, because you're not speaking in the way I thought you would speak. I thought that you would, quite frankly, I expected you to be a braggart,
Mhm.
but you're not.
No.
But you're not at all. You're actually a very low key, very humble,
Sincere.
soft spoken guy.
Mhm.
And that surprises me because I'm going to show you a couple of pictures here in just a second, and
Okay.
talk about going to talk about the people that you see. That's fact. You know what, Amelia? Let's do it
Yes.
now.
Yes.
All right. There you are, Kenny, in the middle.
Okay.
There's Elvis Presley.
Yeah,
Do you know the gentleman on the end there, Elvis Presley Jr.?
I do.
Okay. Then you know that Elvis Presley Jr. was granted use of that name Presley by Graceland.
Right.
You must also know then that he also produced a live DNA sample in court. I don't know if you know that or not. Did you know that?
I do know he did go to court to try and get that done. I didn't know how.
Well, yeah, they actually did that in front of the judge. And he has been recognized by Graceland as Elvis Presley Jr. If that's the case, and your story pans out, and there's no reason for me not to believe you, then Elvis Presley Jr. and yourself are very likely either brothers or stepbrothers, because there is a resemblance to both you and he to Elvis. And I chose that picture of Elvis for a reason, because it looks like both of you. He looks like both of you in that picture.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about just the human element here, Kenny. Let's talk about this. Where does your head go when I say this stuff?
Oh, I don't think about it more, just to be honest with you. We just started working on new songs. Matter of fact, it's already hit their season.
Right.
I like to entertain, man, entertain people. And I get used of opinions and what they think of me, or what, no matter negative, it doesn't matter.
Right.
I just like being in front of people. That's really the only thing I'm in.
Well, I will tell you though, I actually saw you perform on a couple of videos. You're not bad. You're not bad at all. You got pretty good stage presence. You got a decent voice. I certainly wouldn't say that I'm not going to say that you're a tribute artist. Okay, I'm not going to call Kenny Presley a tribute artist. I'm going to say that Kenny Presley does a heartfelt tribute show to Elvis without being the quote, Elvis tribute artist, quote unquote. I will say that about you. You do a very heartfelt show, a very high energy show, in fact. Kind of reminds me of, I don't know if you know who Michael Twitty is. Do you know who Michael Twitty is?
Yeah, I know Michael. Sure do.
Do you know Michael? Okay. I know the Twitty family very well. I know Kathy. We're speaking, ladies and gentlemen, the legendary Conway Twitty. I know his family quite well.
I actually knew Conway.
Yeah, Conway was another one, an American original. Great guy. They call him the best friend a song ever had. That's what they call him.
Great
and
guy.
And Elvis, of course, was the king. Amelia, questions for our guest Kenny Presley.
When did you start playing the guitar and start to learn how to sing? Wanted to start to sing in front of people?
Oh, when I was young, I went to church with my grandparents pretty regularly, and I started singing. and we had an old guitar at the house. I started learning chords at 8 years old.
Hmm.
Wow.
Oh, that's young. I still can't pick up one. I don't know any chords yet.
Kenny, how much pushback are you getting from the media? How much are you getting from people in general? I'm sure this cannot be easy for you to to say the things you're saying with such conviction in your heart. Because I'll tell you the truth. I believe you.
Well,
I believe. I mean, for whatever that's worth, I believe you.
here's the thing. I've had people come up and tell me, I don't believe you're the son. And my life, there's no way you tell me that in honesty because I don't even know myself. So the only thing I do is tell the fact that happened in my life.
Right.
And other than that, it's up to somebody else's, and that's pretty much what.
Yeah.
And then I haven't been out there in the public eye now for several years. Of course, everybody found. By the way, Rick from my hometown, he was in the service with us, and but anyway, I don't get a whole feedback anymore. Really don't.
Wow. That's interesting. I would have thought
Yeah.
that you would have been inundated with pushback, especially from the media. Because the media eats this kind of stuff up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't. Now, that's not to say it's not coming, but, I don't. I've been pretty and I don't hear that.
Kenny, have you ever had anyone do a DNA test on you, or do a blood poke on you?
No.
Would that satisfy you either way if you knew or didn't? You either knew conclusively or it wasn't the case conclusively.
Well, sure.
I mean, it's would it make a difference? Is what I'm getting at.
Not to me.
Interesting. I would think that, especially if you're making such a claim, I would want to know. But that's where my head goes. I would want to know, yay or nay on it for sure.
Yeah, we tried to get the. Well, back in '96, and the state fought us. But after all that, it doesn't matter to me. I didn't want. I don't want it.
Yeah.
But as far as DNA, that's my life right. Not that important.
Kenny, are you bothered by the claims of Elvis Presley Jr.? He's made some pretty outlandish claims, this guy.
Well, I don't really opinion about another. I guess another entertainment.
Yeah. Well, I know that Kenny. I know that you've got a full schedule and things to do. We do have another guest coming on the show right after you. So in saying good night to you, and I wish we had longer with you, but we only have a few minutes.
Right.
Is there anything that you would like us to do on your behalf to get out your message or your tour schedule or any music that you have for sale? Where can people go to find Kenny Presley?
Oh, well, they can definitely find it on YouTube or any way they speak after tomorrow night. We're going to have Grace, Maryland from Thursday, week 11th, after Grace, Star Center. and I'm going to be in June 8th in Gus Show at the Music City.
Okay.
And we're working on it right now, but if they see Kenny Presley, they see that name, I'll come see and let me know how they like it.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friend, you are certainly welcome back here. I wish I had more time with you tonight. Amelia, we got to bring Kenny back and maybe
Yes.
give him the whole hour.
Absolutely. Once they get this messenger or something straightened out, that we could get him better.
Yeah. Kenny, listen, thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate you.
Yes.
And we'll definitely, I'll have Amelia reach out to you, okay?
Yes.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you so much. Absolutely.
Thank you, sir. You take care. God bless.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was Kenny Presley. That was an interesting conversation.
Yeah. Really humble guy, you know.
Very humble. I had to cut it short, folks, honestly, and I'm going to tell you why. So you guys can't see on my end here, but I have my board is going crazy over here with flashing lights because Kenny's signal was fading out.
It was hard to hear him too. It was like fading as well. It was hard to understand.
The problem is we were it was fading big time because we were losing his signal. He's in Tennessee, and evidently he's in a very rural part of Tennessee where maybe they ain't nothing but some coyotes and Bigfoot.
And I believe that they're having some real bad storms up there as well, because where we live at in Florida, it's like going up in that direction. They have tornado watches and warnings in some parts up there.
Yeah.
Also in Kentucky as well.
Well, the good thing is, though, that we have his number now.
Yes.
And we can call him back for, a better interview. I wish that his sound was a little better for us.
Oh, yes, me too. It just because I wanted to hear a little bit more detail in his story, because I think there was a lot more that we had.
There's a lot more. Let me show you something. Can I just show you something real quick?
Sure.
Check this out. I want to bring this up here. I've got in front of me like 4 pages of Kenny Presley's story. It goes from part of the story he told about his mother all the way to singing at the funeral of Elvis Presley's, what do you call her? Mary Jenkins, Elvis Presley's personal cook.
Oh.
It says, Kenny also knew Elvis's cook, Mary Jenkins. He said she remembered when Barbara visited Graceland. And I don't know about that because that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
And the Jenkins nicknamed her Bobby Socks. Even made her a fried peanut butter and banana sandwich for Kenny, just like Elvis used to eat. When she died in 2008, Kenny sang at her funeral. He said that it made me mad up to high heaven and hurt my feelings by the same token. Growing up, I didn't tell anybody else. Apparently, it bothered him.
Oh.
I let the story die down. The only time we talked about it was with family, and it was rarely talked about even then. So this guy sounds like either he's been walking around with a burden his whole life, or he's got a story he's ashamed to tell. Either A, because it's painful, or B, because it's bullshit.
Right.
I'm not judging, folks. I'm not judging. I'm not going either way on this one. Because to be honest with you, parts of his story sound very believable, which I'm even surprised that I'm saying these words out loud. Because I'll be quite candid with you. I expected this whole thing to be bullshit.
Yeah. He could be told so much that it hurt so much that he couldn't have met Elvis, or he could be walking around with a lie. We don't know.
What? And that's exactly. Thank you, Amelia, because that's
Mhm.
exactly where I'm going.
Yes.
That's exactly where I'm. So here's the question I have to ask myself: does the story sound so convincing because it's true, or does it sound so convincing because he's told it so many times? Leon Barfield, if you're in the chat room with me still, um, I would love to have you weigh in on that, Leon.
Because did
Um,
you see the way he hesitated when you asked him about the paternity test, the DNA test on
yeah.
him?
Now me, oh no, me, I'm
Yeah.
going to jump up. I'm there. Yes, like right
Mhm.
now.
Yeah. Because
Um,
would you I mean, if you were told that you were Elvis Presley's son, wouldn't you wanna have that DNA test just
oh
like
the
that?
hell,
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because that means I'm the heir apparent to Graceland,
Absolutely.
and that money, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello,
Yeah.
that's the song Elvis did, "Money, Honey."
Yeah. You're gonna be one say, "I wanna be a part of that. That's part of my legacy, and I wanna pass it on to my kids or my family, whoever's"
Well,
you know?
and so see, this is why I'm going easy on the guy because,
Yeah.
like, part of his story sounds really credible. Here's what he told us. According to Kenny, his mother, Barbara Rushing, met Elvis in 1962 when she visited Graceland. She was 17. Rushing kept their relationship a secret. Kenny was born in 1964 in Gleason, Tennessee. Now, I don't know where Gleason, Tennessee is, but my guess would be it's probably around Shelby County, somewhere around Memphis in that area.
Mhm.
Um, again, I don't know for sure, but it would be my guess that that's where it would be. Um, I'm really surprised though that he doesn't want to know anymore. That's got me kind of like thinking like why wouldn't he want to know anymore?
Yeah,
Like wouldn't
exactly.
you I would want to know everything. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, because that way I know that I would say, "Okay, that's my dad, that's my legacy. I wanna be a part of that."
Yeah,
So, yeah.
exactly, Neil.
Gleason, Tennessee is about 119 miles northeast of Memphis.
All right, so it's in the area.
Yeah,
Okay.
119 miles northeast of Memphis.
119 miles is not far at
No,
all.
not at all.
It's less than an hour. That's about
Mhm.
an hour. All
About an
right.
hour. Mhm.
So yeah, it's in the ballpark. All right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something, old pit bull of mine.
Mhm.
Uh, what do you think of this guy? Where stand you on this issue?
I saw the way he hesitated when you asked him about the DNA test, so I think he's got something to hide there, and I think that we're
Can I
gonna
tell you something? Thank you for saying that because I gotta tell you, I hate to say this, but I'm with you.
Mhm.
I think he's like, I think there's something very um kind of off over there,
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just me.
Mhm.
I don't know for sure.
We don't know until we ask again, until we have a better
Well,
understanding of
the
everything.
reason but you brought up the reason though.
Mhm.
Here's the reason. He won't take a DNA
We
test.
won't. Yeah.
That would answer everything. A
Yeah,
DNA test would answer everything.
absolutely. Well, just
Like
like
if you're saying to people you're Elvis Presley's son.
mhm.
Do you know how huge that would be?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, just like when I was growing up, you know how wrestling was so popular back in the day, right? We're gonna the wrestling thing. If a woman got pregnant by a certain wrestler that was famous, come all the time, he's gonna say, "I want a DNA test," and the child was like, "Okay, yeah, I want a DNA test."
Yeah.
The woman's gonna say, "Okay, let's do it." And the son or daughter that happens to be their child, they're gonna say, "Okay, that's my dad. That's my dad." Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, they
You
another
got a
person.
weird way of comparing shit. You
Well,
really
I
do.
mean, think about it. That's how I grew up in my small town in Texas. I mean, wrestling was
I
the only
know.
thing that
I
was,
get
but you know what I
I'm
mean.
busting you. I get you. I know.
And these women were like, "Oh, I got pregnant by so and so." It's like, "Yeah, right. You're gonna have to prove it, because they're not
Well,
gonna
yeah, well,
believe
you
you."
did it on purpose. Well, let's take a
Exactly.
look at this. Let's take a look.
Mhm.
Let's take a look at this. I want people to look, okay?
Yeah.
There's Elvis on the left. There was our guest Kenny in the middle, and Elvis Presley Jr. on the end. Now, they both kind of resemble Elvis.
But you know what? A lot of men that want to be Elvis impersonators do a lot to themselves to make themselves look like Elvis.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
absolutely. You want to see a guy who's a dead ringer for Elvis?
Hmm.
Go look up a guy named Johnny Hara.
Yeah.
Okay? Do that right now. JohnnYHarra. Johnny Hara. Look him up.
Okay.
That man's looks so much like Elvis, it's scary. Johnny Hara was probably the closest thing to Elvis besides Elvis. Because he was a dead ringer. And now they're both dead.
Oh my gosh, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me.
Johnny Hara.
That's like his twin. Or
Thank
triplet, I
you.
should say.
Well,
in
wait
this
a minute.
case.
You just said the magic word.
Uh-huh.
There are people who think he was his twin.
That his other twin never died.
Jesse Garin. They think Johnny Hara was Jesse Garin. Because people don't understand something. I'm gonna open up the box, folks. Here it goes.
Let's do it. We are conspiracy. Come on. Let's do it.
All right. Elvis's twin brother was no proof that he died. The rumor was that Gladys and Vernon sold their child because they couldn't afford another baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
if you think I'm crazy about that, okay, if you think I'm off my rocker, please go watch a movie with Ray Liotta called The Identical. Please do that. Okay. Go watch a movie called The Identical. That's the Elvis Presley story. Period.
Because where is the burial? Where is the plot? It's supposedly they couldn't afford it, but they could have a little plaque. Where is that at?
Well, they have a plaque at Graceland, but they don't have a body at Graceland.
Exactly.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Amelia, what do we got coming up next week?
We actually
look at this. We actually got a show in tonight. I'm so proud of myself.
With a little bit of complication, but we at least had one.
A little complicated, but that's okay. We
Mm-hmm.
got it. I gotta find out why 2 nights in a row, Rick Sapphire couldn't use, but see, Rick's microphone worked well.
Yeah.
The problem is that Kenny Presley's microphone wasn't working at all.
Mm-mm.
And apparently his audio wasn't working at all. His microphone and his earpiece or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. And well, we're actually April the 8th, Monday. We're going to be talking about the Baltimore Bridge and that crash that happened.
Yeah. Oh, you want to talk about controversy, conspiracy theories? Oh my God! Please, they're coming out of the woodwork, myself included. Hello.
Yeah. When I saw that, and I just saw that one angle, and I said, "Wait a minute." There's something going on right there. That boat should not have gone in that direction. I even told you, and then you were like, "See, I told you."
Boat, they steered into that. They steered into that bridge.
And that was my word to you, wasn't it? I said they steered in that way, and you were like,
"That ship did not lose power. They shut the lights off."
Yep, they sure did.
And nobody gonna tell me they didn't. Here's what we got. We have to figure this one out, though.
Mm-hmm.
What was the reason?
Yeah.
What was the reason?
Innocent people died. Damn it! Why?
Well, yeah, but what? Forget about why they died. You can't bring them back.
No, but that makes me mad.
Here's what makes me mad. But your priorities aren't right, though. Here's what makes me mad.
Mm.
Nobody knows why.
Right.
It's bad enough that people lost their life. Okay, we have to mourn, but we can't bring them back.
No.
But what we can do,
Give them
is
justice.
find out exactly, give them justice. Find out why that bridge went down.
Right.
Was it just a shoddy bridge?
No.
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 We have video proof that that bridge was blown up. We have video proof, and we're going to show it next week. But right now, on behalf of Amelia, the Pitbull Chapman, I am the Mad Dog. What? I'm sorry.
I said, don't get me mad, right?
Yeah, don't get her mad, please. You know how long it takes to get me to shut her up? It takes me like an hour after the show just to get her shut up from that. Well, listen, on behalf of the Pitbull, I'm the Mad Dog, and we will see you guys next week, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, and God watch over us, okay? Stay out of trouble. Will you try?
Okay. Maybe.
You liar. Go away. You're such a liar. Good night. Bye-bye.
Good night.